Why does the narcissist blow hot and cold? Part 2. The hot and cold behavior of an individual towards someone else is perplexing. Why is that person warm and friendly one moment, and then cold and distant on another occasion, when there has been no, at least to the recipient, change in circumstance? Why does this person engage with the recipient and then give a curt hello and move away? Why might they be in touch and then appear to lose interest? Such unexplained and distinct shifts in behavior are invariably a manifestation of our behavior. Many times people cannot work out why a romantic partner, a potential lover, a friend or family member behaves like this. And it is because they have not worked out, firstly, that this person is one of our kind, and secondly, they do not understand how our kind operate, so as to make sense of this seemingly illogical and puzzling behavior. As usual, it is built on the differing outlooks of the victim perspective and the narcissistic perspective, more of which you can listen to in the video Toxic Logic. I explained previously why this hot and cold behavior manifests between the narcissist and the intimate partner primary source in the video Why Does He Blow Hot and Cold Part 1. This article looks at the manifestations of the dynamic in the relationship between the narcissist and the intimate partner secondary source, the dirty secret intimate partner secondary source, and the non-intimate secondary source. The intimate partner secondary source. This is someone that the narcissist engages with romantically. It might be a friend with benefits arrangement. It might be an affair which is leading nowhere. It might be the commencement of a romantic relationship which is heading towards this person being crowned as intimate partner primary source. The intimate partner secondary source comes in many guises, as many people do not realize that they are actually an intimate partner secondary source. Indeed, most commentators of the narcissistic dynamic only focus on the romantic relationship between our kind and the intimate partner primary source, failing to identify, recognize, and understand that the romantic dynamic covers the intimate partner secondary source, the dirty secret, and the intimate partner tertiary source also, each with significant alterations in the usual narcissistic cycle that applies to the narcissist and the intimate partner primary source. For more information about establishing where you might fit into this dynamic, I recommend that you listen to the video What Am I to Him? Or alternatively, do feel free to consult with me direct. It is often quite difficult for people to establish where they fit into the relationship with us, and often they are surprised to learn that they are actually an intimate partner secondary source. But it then all makes sense to them in terms of their understanding. If you need clarity on where you fit into this dynamic, email me at narcissist1909@gmail.com, or alternatively, look in the menu bar at narcsite.com under personal consultations. What then of how blowing hot and cold applies to the intimate partner secondary source? During seduction. The intimate partner secondary source enjoys a golden period from the moment of being targeted, and this will continue. The seduction might be to cause the intimate partner secondary source to become a candidate IPSS, or to remain an IPSS throughout as a shelf IPSS. The candidate intimate partner secondary source during seduction will only experience cold behavior as a consequence of the narcissist testing that person to see how they will respond, as part of the instinctive testing which goes on to ensure that they will make a good intimate partner primary source or not. Thus, the narcissist may not return a call for an hour. This is not devaluing behavior and gives the appearance of appearing cold, but it is purely a short measure to test. The narcissist is not going to do anything which risks losing this precious potential resource. If the candidate intimate partner secondary source passes muster, she becomes the intimate partner primary source. If not, they remain and become a shelf IPSS. Some targets very quickly become the shelf intimate partner secondary source. Others follow the trajectory as a candidate intimate partner secondary source, either succeeding and becoming the primary source or not, and thus they remain the shelf IPSS. The shelf IPSS may experience what appears to be cold behaviour from the narcissist, but it is not devaluing behaviour. It is purely as a consequence of being placed on the shelf. And because the narcissist is either engaging with the primary source in a respite period or engaging with a different intimate partner secondary source, this cold behaviour is not hearing from the narcissist. It is not having messages returned, or it is being politely rebuffed with promises of future meetings with the narcissist. It can essentially be described as, I still want you, but I'm busy elsewhere at the moment, but I will be back, so do not go anywhere. Thus, if you have established that you are an intimate partner secondary source, if the cold behaviour is short-lived, it is not devaluation but a test, and you are a candidate intimate partner secondary source. If the cold behaviour is longer and is of the nature as described above, then you are a shelf IPSS, and you have been placed on the shelf for the time being. Remember, intimate partner secondary sources enjoy long golden periods, so long as you comply, and therefore any cold behaviour detailed above is not devaluation, but is either a test or being placed on the shelf. Devaluation. Devaluation is unusual for intimate partner secondary sources. We have invested in the individual. We do not rely as heavily on their fuel as we do with the intimate partner primary source, so there is less of a reason to commence devaluation. Indeed, with the intimate partner secondary source, devaluation arises more because the IPSS is not complying with what we want, as opposed to their fuel becoming stale. There are two types of devaluation with an IPSS, the corrective devaluation and the disengagement devaluation. The former is where the IPSS is perhaps pressing to be seen by the narcissist more often, or might threaten to tell the narcissist IPPS about the relationship. This is challenging the narcissist's authority. He sees no need to ditch the IPSS, but the IPSS must know her place. Thus, the narcissist will devalue you as the IPSS in some way, and also point out the error of your ways. This is an important distinction between the test or placing on the shelf behaviour, which occurs during the seduction golden period. In those instances, there is no injunction as to what the IPSS should do. They are not told. They just tend not to hear from the narcissist. In the corrective devaluation, where the narcissist blows cold, the IPSS may be told, you are putting me under pressure when I do not need it. I have to have this weekend alone. I will be in touch in due course. There then follows a silent treatment. You are making me look stupid. You need to get off my case. I won't be in touch until you explain yourself and apologise. There then follows a silent treatment. How dare you do that to me? After everything I'm doing for you, you should show me more respect. The row continues until the IPSS apologises. The narcissist may tear a strip off the IPSS, say something nasty, tell the IPSS that they cannot come round and so forth. It is more proactive, more aggressive, and likely to contain some kind of prescriptive injunction on the part of the narcissist than the test or placing on the shelf. The aim is not to drive the IPSS away, but rather draw fuel and cause them to get back into line. Once they do, the golden period for the IPSS carries on. In the disengagement devaluation, the unpleasant behaviour, the blowing cold, will be more proactive and for longer. Therefore, whereas with the corrective devaluation it will be a short, sharp burst with some direction, for instance, I am sick and tired of you making demands on me, I do not know why I bother with you actually, do not call me again today. With the disengagement devaluation, this will go on for longer, although nowhere near the length of the devaluation that the intimate partner primary source suffers, and then there is the disengagement, which will include blocking the intimate partner secondary source rather than leaving any channels open. In summary, Instances of what appears to be cold behaviour with an intimate partner secondary source means as follows. 1. Short, lacking in venom, usually passive in nature. This is a test of the candidate IPSS during the golden period. It is done to draw fuel, but chiefly to test whether the IPSS should become the intimate partner primary source. 2. Longer, lacking in venom, usually passive in nature. Receive responses but non-committal or referring to future contact. Placing on the shelf during golden period. This is done to allow the narcissist to focus on other sources, whilst keeping the intimate partner secondary source in place for future use. 3. Short, maybe passive or aggressive, combined with prescriptive behaviour. This is a corrective devaluation. It is done to draw fuel and get the IPSS back in line and under control. 4. Longer but not extensive, may be passive or aggressive. No prescriptive behaviour. The cutting of communication lines follows. This is a disengagement evaluation. It is done to draw fuel, to punish the IPSS for non-compliance, and then remove them as they are considered to be disloyal.